depends on what the requirement is. So if you take a look at the bikes that are here, this is a mountain bike which is solely designed to go off-road. So these thick tires are designed to go over mud puddles, big rocks, and go across paddy fields and whatnot. So this is for rough terrain. So if you know what your purpose is, you'll know each one of these bikes has a different kind of purpose. So this is, although it's a very hardy bike, it's a very slow bike when it comes to riding on the roads. So purely because the tires are thick and the friction the tire has on the road is quite high. So this bike ideally would be for a person who's an adrenaline junkie who wants to go through the jungle and explore the wilderness and go off-road. So that is, if that's your thing, this is the perfect bike for you. Okay. So if not, if you are predominantly riding on the road and you have a soft spot for speed, a road bike like this would come in handy. So let me just get it out for you. So you have the drop bar over here to increase aerodynamics, and also the tires are quite thin, so it increases efficiency, and you can also go fast. The problem with this bike is slightly pricey, just like the mountain bike there. But if you are an avid cyclist who wants to travel more than 50-60 kilometers on a single commute, this might come in handy. This kind of bike is called a roadie, and it's a very fast bike if that's your thing. But if you're just riding 10 or 15 kilometers a day and you're just commuting to work, a bike like this would come in handy. So this is slightly slower than the road bike and slightly faster than the mountain bike. So the benefit of this bike is you can also go on a slightly rougher terrain. It can be rubble roads, broken roads. This bike is designed to avoid and go over those obstacles. So this, if you're looking at buying a second-hand bike or your first bike, a hybrid bike would be the ideal bike for you. All right. So having said that, bikes comes in various sizes and various brands, and also wear and tear also changes. So according to your height or your dimensions, it's always best if you buy a bike that suits you. One thing, it improves your efficiency, but mostly you can prevent injuries, and comfort will always be maximized if you buy the right size. Also, when you're looking at buying a bike, you should also see what your budget is, and you make sure that your budget also includes not only the bike but also your helmet, your lights, maybe a toolkit, a pump, or a couple of spare tubes. Include that also into the budget. A lot of my friends, a lot of my clients who come to me, they talk about, okay, I want to get the most fanciest bike and this is my budget, without allocating any of their budget for their shoes or your other accessories. So somewhere down the line they have to compromise as to, okay, do I get a good helmet or can I get a cheap helmet? It's always good to have a really good helmet, right? So you have to put that also into your equation when you're thinking of buying a bike. So, and we all know if you're buying a second-hand bike, you have to also make sure that the wear and tear is less. If there are dents or cracks on the frame, especially if it's a second-hand bike, you will have to pay a little bit more attention on that. So those things, if you have in mind when you're buying a bicycle, it might make your cycling experience a much safer and a more enjoyable experience. Because mainly because it's a much more comfortable, and from a price point, it actually fits in very well, especially if you are a beginner.